team's latest additions have paid off. Saturday, Andre Drummond helped lead the Lakers in an upset win over the Nets thanks to his 20 points and 11 rebounds. While yesterday, Rajon Rondo dropped 5 of his 10 points in the fourth quarter to help the Clippers close out the Pistons in a comeback win. So, Shannon, I want you to think long and hard about this one. Who is the better acquisition, Drummond or Rondo here?
Skip, I think both guys were what the doctor ordered. I think what Rondo does is he allows Paul George and Kawhi not to worry about the ball handling situation, especially late in the ball game. So now they can do what they're really good at, and that's score the basketball. Rondo will always get them into the right set. He will always do the right thing. Andre Drummond is just what the doctor ordered, Skip, because he gives them something that the Lakers didn't have. That's size and strength on the block. A guy that can score down there, a guy that can rebound down there, and a guy that can defend down there. So for me, I'm going to say Andre Drummond, although I believe Rondo is a great acquisition. Andre Drummond is going to be the difference between the Lakers winning or losing the title. Because I believe, Skip, if you remember last year, what they could do is that JaVale and Dwight, they own for the most time, they own the rebounding advantage. I believe this is going to be another situation that they're going to get a lot of second chance opportunities, because if you look at the other night, I think Andre Drummond had 4 offensive rebounds. That gives you another opportunity to possibly get an and one, a dunk, or he's going to be kicked out to a wide open three-point shooter. So for me, I'm going to take Andre Drummond because I love this, and plus he's 3-0 against the Nets this year. Doesn't matter where he plays. He play anywhere. He's undefeated against the Nets.
So if they do get the finals, they're going to sweep the Nets?
Andre Drummond is 17-11. Now, I'm not saying he's going to give us 20 points like
17-11. Oh, so far.
Yeah, 17 points, 11 rebounds. That's what he averaged for the year. So I'm not going to say he's going to give us 20 like he gave us the other night.
I need you on record.
Yeah.
Are you going to sweep the Nets
No, they
get the finals because of your secret weapon?
No. We don't want to sweep them. We need TV ratings.
Okay. I will give you this. Andre Drummond, Andre the Giant, or as he's referred to, the Big Penguin. That's his nickname, right?
Yeah.
The Big Penguin has been better earlier than I thought he would be, because he did give you 15 and 12 at Miami in a loss, and then he gave you 20 and 11. That's pretty good in a big win, for which you would not bet the other day. I gave you a chance. I was going to give you 10 points in the Lakers. They won by 25 that seemed like 50.
Blow the nose off him, didn't we?
Okay, so, and it really mattered, didn't it? Yeah.
Don't do that, fella.
Okay, so already I'm seeing Rondo's impact on the Clippers. So as much as I'll give you credit for Andre the Giant so far, Rondo is changing life in Clipperville down in the basement, because last night they were in danger without Kawhi Leonard for the whole game. He took the night off for whatever reason. I'm not sure.
You know the reason.
Yep, but the point is, they were in trouble because Detroit can shoot the lights out when Detroit gets going. They'd made 15 threes, and all of a sudden they're up 5 going to the fourth quarter. And all of a sudden they're up 6 with 11:15 left in the basketball game. And down the stretch, Rondo came in and settled everybody down and got everybody lined up where they should be, and he distributed the basketball correctly, where they knew they were going to pull it out because their talent prevailed, because it was all in the right places. You didn't have Kawhi and Paul George looking at each other like, should I dribble and create a shot, or should you dribble and create a shot? And by the way, I hate to point this out, but playoff P went pandemic P only in the fourth quarter last night. He went 1 for 9, did Paul George, in the fourth quarter. 1 for 9. He was 11 of 16 up to that point through 3 quarters. And he goes 1 for 9, and they survived it because of Rondo. Rondo came in and scored when he needed to score, made a couple of big shots.
But it was, Skip, it was Morris Sr. He couldn't miss last night.
He was.
He's been over the last week or two, Skip. He's been phenomenal.
No, he's always been phenomenal.
He's shooting the 3 ball, but his brother
6 of 8 left.
Yeah, and his brother ain't behind. You saw what old Keith doing.
The better twin is.
Don't do that, Skip. Don't do that.
Know it, and I know.
Y'all got
is
the evil
there any
twin.
doubt about that?
We got the good twin. We got the good twin.
He's got a little good evil in him.
Both, I think it was a plan, because both of them got kicked out on the same night, on Thursday night.
It's fine. I don't know why Marcus got kicked out, but that's fine.
You do know why he got kicked out. You do.
But what did Rondo do? If we could see this quickly, this is what Rondo does. It was time. They needed a dagger, and he said, "Okay, you'll give me this." Boom, game over. That clinched it right there. How many times did you see him do that for your Lakers last year?
He's a big shot.
He is a big shot taker and maker. If you dare him, he'll say, okay, watch this. I got this.
But guess what? See, right there, the rebounds,
yeah.
You're going to see a lot of this.
Okay.
A lot of this.
Really?
Come playoff time. A lot of this. He's too small.
Come playoff time, the big penguin is 0-8 in the playoffs. He's 0-8.
He ever played with LeBron? He ever played with AD?
Well, that's a great question because he hasn't.
Yeah, exactly.
And he doesn't know what pressure feels like until he has to deal with these two.
All he has to do is just give us, occasionally give us 12 points, but just man them boards. Because Skip, he get on them boards.
Yeah. So far, he's been really good from the free throw line because he's made 5 of 6 and 4 of 6. So that's 9 of 12 free throws. But let's see how he does in playoff pressure because in the playoffs so far he's 36%.
He won't be 36%.
He's Drummond.
He won't be 36% in these playoffs.
Okay, well, you sure about that?
I'm positive.
Because somebody's going to dare him to go to the free throw line and show us.
That's okay.
You can make those.
I see a couple of games. He's gonna have 20 rebounds.
Really? Well, if he has like a 4 of 20 from the free throw line, we'll see how quickly LeBron is jumping off that bandwagon.
There you go. See, why you always, that's what you're hoping. You're hoping that he goes.
I've seen it. I've seen this movie before.
I know what you saw before, too.
Yeah.
Championship.
Oh.
Number 5.
Oh, I thought you were doing Brady.
No,
yeah,
5.
A little of both. Okay, moving on. Are the Cowboys in prime position this season to make a run? We're saving the best for last around here. We'll explain next. No mercy. Into the third quarter, Dennis Schroeder and Kyrie Irving got into a verbal argument that resulted in both players being ejected, a career first for both. Yesterday morning, apparently in reference to their exchange, Kyrie tweeted, quote, "The N-word is a derogatory racial slur. It will never be a term of endearment, reclaimed, flipped. Never forget it's foul and true history. Throw that N-word out the window, right alongside all those other racist words used to describe my people. We are not slaves or ends." A lot of words there. So Fox Sports NBA analyst Chris Broussard is joining us now. Chris, your reaction. Are you surprised by the stance Kyrie took?
I'm not surprised. I'm actually very proud of Kyrie. And I texted some people in his inner circle that last night to relay that message to him. I'm glad he took this stance, and I would love it if African Americans in mass took heed to the words that Kyrie says. Because as Shannon knows, this is a very controversial and hotly debated topic in the black community, whether or not we should use the word to refer to each other. Obviously, some think we can, and it's fine, and others think we shouldn't. And Kyrie, if you follow Kyrie on social media, you can see that he is discovering his African and Native American roots. And a lot of many, if not all, but many, maybe I'd say most African Americans who really get deep into their African heritage by studying African history, not just African American history that starts in slavery, but what were we doing in Africa before we were enslaved in America? What religions, what words were we using? What were we like then? African Americans that go that deeply tend to be against us using the N-word. And I think that's where Kyrie is at. I'm in that camp. I don't think we should use it. Malcolm X was in that camp. He didn't think we should use it. Richard Pryor, when he went, who used to use it, obviously, early in his career, when he went over to Africa, he came back to America and said, I didn't see any N-words. I'm never going to use that word again. So that's where I think Kyrie is at. It's interesting. Back in 2014, I think it was, Nicki Minaj she had like a poster or something that correlated the N-word with Malcolm X. She had a photo of Malcolm X and the N-word on it. And black people in mass got upset. How dare you associate Malcolm X with that word? Which I agree with him. Malcolm was a great leader. But I think it was like, we respect Malcolm. You can't put that word on him. We should have that respect for all black people and say you can't put that word on any of us. Not just Malcolm and Martin Luther King, but all of us. So that's where I'm at with it. I understand there's a difference between blacks and whites using the word. I don't get upset or offended when I'm around African Americans and they use it. Shannon, I got family, I got great friends that use the N-word. You know, it is what it is. But I wish we would not use it, because I do think, in my opinion, like, a lot of African Americans believe that's a remnant of a slave